Hello, I'm Adam Barralet and welcome to this Crystal Connections video where we're exploring the crystal Silver Sheen Obsidian. Now obsidians actually aren't crystals, they're volcanic glass that are formed from volcanic eruptions, and sometimes oxygen bubbles get caught within the obsidian creating a sheen, and sometimes this sheen can be silver, as you can see just dancing on this little bit here. You'll get it on the other side of the sphere as well. Now, because volcanoes have this really quite fiery energy about them, that is encompassed within this obsidian, but then this silver gives it this real lunar energy. So we get a complex and interesting play between a lunar and a fiery play in this crystal. And so let's explore all different ways that you can use this crystal in your life each day. Having a lunar energy about it, Silver Sheen Obsidian is really good for helping you connect with that divine feminine or that inner goddess, regardless of your gender. Connecting with that intuitive, nurturing, real magical sense inside of yourself and bringing that out, and also feeling comfortable with that. Specifically, this is really good for connecting with the crone energy. So this is the elderly woman, the wise woman, the one who has experienced life and knows the best for all of things, or how to care for everything correctly, and has that real wisdom that only experience can bring. So if you want to connect with that crone energy, then this is a really good crystal to work with, especially if you're working with the goddess Hecate. Now, another thing that this is really good for, because especially for women in many societies, especially Western societies, as they get older, they may feel a bit irrelevant. You know, men are meant to be wiser as they get older, but women, you know, we see in Hollywood and different things like that. This is a really good one for empowerment of older women. So if you're feeling as a woman that as you age you're feeling disempowered or looked over or anything like that, then reach for some Silver Sheen Obsidian and allow that great wisdom and that great power, that Hecate energy or that crone energy, that wisdom to surge through you and allow you to, you know, make a difference in the world because of that wisdom that you have from the years that you've lived. Use the Silver Sheen Obsidian to obtain wisdom, and the type of wisdom this is really good for is self-reflection and contemplation, to understand yourself better. This is a really good crystal to work with to help you understand where you're getting blocked in your spiritual path and to use that fire energy of that obsidian to overcome them. A lot of the time what you'll find is where you're being blocked in your path is because of your own doing, and this can help to look at, you know, bring up things such as where you're having unhealthy thought patterns or where things that you're saying to yourself are actually causing you to be held back. Now, when this is especially great is when Pluto goes into retrograde, because Pluto is about those inner power and that inner strength, and that when it goes into retrograde we start to become a bit more contemplative about that. So that's a really great time to do that. It can also help you to find out, you know, if you're someone who's easy to blame others and, you know, oh, it's their fault and you never take responsibility, Silver Sheen Obsidian can actually help you to start taking responsibility and see that as you take responsibility for things and realize that you are the cause and matter of your life, then you can actually have a great more big control over that. Now, how do you work with this? You can just hold it, close your eyes and contemplate, maybe sit with a question that's challenging you at the moment, or another beautiful thing is called scrying. So you can see as you get this beautiful sheen that dances across it, what you want is you want a sphere like this or a nice flat piece of Silver Sheen Obsidian, and you want to sit out under the moonlight and catch that moonlight on that sheen and allow your eyes to kind of glaze over like you're daydreaming, but keep your mind totally focused. This will distract the conscious mind and allow subconscious ideas and all those different things to come up that you may not normally have access to. The play between the lunar energies of the silver in here and the fire energies of the obsidian from a volcanic creation makes this a really balancing crystal, and this can actually be quite protective. It can help you, especially in chaotic situations or if you have a high stress job, to be protected because it'll keep you fired up and motivated to act at your optimum well-being, but the lunar is kind of keeps you nice and soft as well. It's really good at work or anywhere where you need to make a decision and you want to make sure that your personal biases don't actually affect the decisions. Again, it has that balancing effect. It's really good for helping you to work with other people and cooperatively work with other people because of that nurturing energy, even if you don't like them. And sometimes we can't always work with who we like, and so this is a really good one in that way. It allows you to nurture but still have that fiery passion again. Really good in protection for also understanding what role you play in needing protection. How do you draw negative unwanted energies into your life? By scrying with it or meditating with it, that can be really effective. If you find that you get blamed for something that you're not responsible for, then this would be a good one, because the silver actually deflects those unwanted energies away from you, but also has that black that it will absorb it as well. So it's kind of a double banger in that way. It's got two really good attributes in it, so a really powerful protection in that way. And I would actually grid it around your house if you're having a house party, especially if there's a few guests coming that you don't know about. Again, it won't quell the energy of the party or the celebration, because it's got that fire energy, but that silver lunar energy is like you have the fussy mum walking around just making sure that everything is okay. So this is a beautiful crystal for protection, because what it does is it balances. It still keeps that fiery energy, and that can be quite protective, but it's got that lunar energy, and that can also be very mothering and nurturing as well. It'll protect you from external forces, but it'll also allow you to make sure that you conduct yourself in a way, both physically and spiritually, that is balanced and doesn't draw the need for further protection. There's a combination of crystals that I love to combine that work really well together, and that is silver Sheen Obsidian and Hecate, especially if you can get a Hecate from Tibet. These are really great. Now you've got this kind of from the skies above, because Hecatites are formed from a meteorite crash, and then the obsidian is from the volcano that came deep below. And these are really good when you're feeling just exhausted by life and you need that kind of strength to go on. If you need to bring up a bit more energy to just keep going a little bit more, if you're nearly through that breakthrough, then this combination can be really good and really empowering. They're both really empowering crystals. The other time to wear these or work with these in combination would be when you feel that you're close to a spiritual breakthrough. Maybe you're going to a long retreat or a getaway or something, or you can see that something's about to shift. Have one of these in each hand, one in each pocket, or wear it somehow like I am, and what they'll do is that'll really help to give you that final push through so you can have that breakthrough that you want to experience. If you're inspired to work with a beautiful silver Sheen Obsidian, then how can you maximize its benefits? First of all, it's great to cleanse it before you do any major working. And how I cleanse my silver Sheen Obsidian is with either moonrise or moonset. Now what's that? You've heard of sunrise and sunset? Well, obviously the moon does the same as well. So ideally on the full moon period, so that's the night of the full moon and one night either side, catch the first rays of the moon, especially if you want to create and bring something into your life with the silver Sheen Obsidian, or on moonset, if you want to get rid of something out of your life or using it for protection, that kind of way. It's a really nice way to cleanse it. And there's great websites and apps that will actually tell you exactly when that moonrise and moonset is throughout the year, wherever you are living. Animal wise, I'd have to call on an animal guide, and the animal I call on when I'm working with this is I'll call on the orca or the killer whale. If you can, sit near a body of water. I'm near a lake, so I don't think I'll get any orca here, but even visualize yourself in the water or near the water and communicate and commune with orca. What I find orca teaches me is the power that comes from working with groups and how you can bring your wisdom to those groups. Orca can also give you protection when you're surrounded or when you're working with groups. So if you're feeling a bit threatened or don't feel comfortable around different groups, or just you prefer to be a bit more of an introvert or a loner, then orca can be really quite protective to give you that strength and see the benefits of being around in a community. The essential oil that I'll call upon, or the plant that I'll call upon, is kunzia, and I always seem to end up working with the essential oil. This is a plant from Australia and New Zealand, and it's a plant that brings safety and protection, and it also can help you if you've been spending some time isolated or alone and are ready to kind of reintegrate back into society. Maybe you are a woman who's been away on maternity leave and you're re-entering the workforce, and working with silver sheen and kunzia could be really great as well. So how do we work with these three all together? Grab your silver Sheen Obsidian, get 3 drops of kunzia essential oil, 3 because it represents a triple aspect of the goddess, the maiden, the mother and the crone. Pop them in, inhale them, hold your crystal and visualize yourself there with orca, and allow that communication, that meditation to go just as if you're interacting with a guardian angel or a guide or something else like that. And you'll be amazed at all the different things as we awaken all our senses with that sense of smell, our visualization, and the crystal works its magic. Astrologically, I'll call on 2 different bodies when I'm working with silver Sheen Obsidian. First of all, obviously the moon is beautiful because this has this real lunar energy about it. And then I also call on Pluto, and it's just great, especially a crystal that I'll pull out during Pluto retrograde when we're really contemplating the lessons of Pluto. Now Pluto doesn't have a day, but Moon Day is Monday, and so Monday is the power day for working with your Silver Sheen Obsidian. Now, have you worked with Silver Sheen Obsidian? Please don't just take all my advice, share your advice and help our crystal community as well by leaving a comment in the section below. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Adam Barralet. Blessed be.